And then we're going to talk about 2 episodes from Star Trek: The Next Generation. The first one is probably like one of the ones that aged the best because it's about flying killer robots. It's literally about drone warfare. It's called Arsenal and Freedom. And in this episode, it's from the first season of The Next Generation. And Picard and the crew encounter a planet, and like there's like a commercial that runs. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah, that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically they discover a planet where the species has been killed by their military industrial complex because they made a flying killer robot too smart, so smart it killed everybody.
I love how it's basically like a really pushy infomercial
Yeah,
hologram that pops up and will not take no for an answer and is going to just, and literally did destroy every single living creature on their planet and apparently every single ship that's come by since. Because it kind of like draws them in. Uh,
right.
because it's just like a really pushy salesman that won't leave. And it's like, once you see what the next thing that my,
Yeah,
program that you said you wanted to buy a weapon system, and they're like, no, we don't want to buy a weapon system. Well, I got to keep showing you how effective it is until you do want to buy it. It's like, no, you're killing everybody.
right. And it's interesting. I'm trying to look. I have the episode synopsis, but the salesman character is played really well, and he's really funny
Oh,
by this old character actor. He's gone now, called Vincent Schiavelli, who was in like a lot of old television shows and movie. He was a very distinct looking actor, but he was good in everything he was in, and he's like really funny as the salesman.
he is.
And what happens essentially is the like part of the officers get stuck. They can't transport out, and they have to fight these flying killer robots. That every time you destroy one, the new batch gets smarter, and
Yeah.
it almost kills the crew. And the like Geordi is this is before he's a chief engineer, so he's left in charge, and he has to separate the saucer section because there's also flying killer robots trying to destroy the Enterprise
Hmm.
while the smaller robots are trying to destroy the ship. And so it ends up that Geordi has to fight the robots while the crew on the ground have to figure out a way to turn off the drones. And the way Picard figures it out is he convinces the hologram salesman that, oh, I'm going to buy it. I don't need any more demonstrations.
Which is brilliant. And
Yeah,
like that's why they're the only ones to survive.
right.
Because he recognizes, oh my God, he's not going to stop
Because yeah, there's literally
fail.
yeah. Then what they used to tell us, because I used to be in sales, always be closing, and so
Oh yeah.
they close the deal, and so now that kind of they're able to turn the robots off and they blow it up, and then that's the end of it. And then the second episode I want to talk about is another episode I had Honey watch called Masks. Now this is actually I think the seventh season of Star Trek: The Next Generation, and this is sort of an interesting one because this is almost like a Ghostbuster-ish episode where like Data gets possessed by this ancient god that they encounter. That's like kind of they encounter an asteroid and they don't know what's going on, and then the asteroid falls apart and it's this like Mayan temple thing, right?
Oh, this is the one where everything gets organic.
Right.
So it kind of, yeah,
Yeah.
it almost seems like a lost civilization from
Right.
like Central America
Right.
or
And basically,
South America.
it's this kind of like these aliens and ancient civilization from like they think thousands of years ha- uh, has like sort. Is it like a museum thing? I don't know because it Picard at the end of the show figures out in order to get his ship back, he has to perform this ritual of the moon and the sun. So it's real ancient stuff. But Data makes a mask, puts the masks on, gets possessed by these different characters that represent this like story in this myth, right? And but unlike other like type of technology, yeah, this technology reverses it and turns like the ship into plants and fire, and part of the ship turns into a swamp. It's like really interesting.
There's monoliths
Yeah,
appearing with like ancient kinds of symbols
right.
that are basically a form of sympathetic magic that I believe are helping it to expand its footprint within the ship. It is really interesting because it is colonizing in an organic
Right.
way, even though it is something different or beyond that
Right.
or extra organic, supra organic, something.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's not a lot of like when they talk about artificial intelligence or they're trying to scare us like with Terminator, it's always like cold technology, kind of like the Borg. But in
Hmm.
this episode, it's organic. It turns us back to nature, which
There's plants
which is like
everywhere.
a very interesting concept. The idea of an artificial intelligence wanting to go back to nature.
Hmm.
Right? We almost never see anything like that, and that's one of the reasons why I liked this episode because it sort of like mixes like Aztec or Egyptian things and ancient lost civilizations,
Hmm.
and you know
I
I
just like how in every
right
shot there's like less and less of the ship
there
and
right
more of
and like if you
everything else.
and it's interesting because if you're a fan of that show we love, Ancient Aliens, where they talk about like, well, wait, are we an alien civilization? Did ancient civilizations have alien technology? Like, what are we? Like, what are the pyramids really?
Do I talk
And
about what my doctor said?
yeah, why not? Go ahead. This is our show. We can do whatever the hell we want.
Okay, so I had a doctor back in my mid 20s who was fabulous. She was like one of the best doctors I ever had. And it was interesting. She was like beautiful and blonde and had a private practice. And I was in awe that my health insurance would allow me to go.
Oh man, fuck healthcare in this country,
What healthcare? It's health abuse. We
right?
don't have healthcare here.
Yeah. Here
Um,
we go again.
and it was fascinating because like just like visiting her, like for like basically my first visit, and we're doing a comprehensive everything, and she's talking to me about like random weird stuff, and then she's like, I just can't help but think that like we're some kind of alien hybrid, and I'm like, just sitting there in like meek new patient mode, and I'm like, wait, what?
I could imagine doctors saying, no doc's ever told me that.
Can you tell me more about that? Why do you think that? And she's like, well, every single time that we go to sleep, a mucus plug forms in the back of our throat. And so you have to either like cough it out or blow your nose. And that just doesn't make any sense to me as a doctor. Like, how is it that this would happen every single time we go to sleep? And I'm like, huh,
Right.
that's fascinating.
Yeah.
And then she's asking me like which thing I'm doing. And I'm like, doctors, right? I will take this opportunity to thank you for joining us as we discuss this nerdy topic my husband's super excited about, and I am demonstrating my eternal love for him. uh, and as I thank you, if you're enjoying this and you feel inspired, please go and buy us a coffee. And we would love to also see your, comments about what things you would like to see us explore so that we can make sure that we are moving in the direction with you. Thank you.